know that police have received well over 1,000 tips. When these tips come in, do you know about each of these tips? And have they been investigated to your satisfaction?
We don't know the specifics about any of the tips, and we've had a number of discussions with the police about the tip hotline and the process of evaluating those tips, but that's completely up to them. So we can't say whether one particular tip is more meaningful than the other, but we do know that they have a process set up. It's been in place for a couple of weeks, and they do evaluate every single tip that comes in, and they're the ones that decide which ones merit follow-up and how they're going to do that.
Are you satisfied with the progress that's being made? Is there something that could be done that isn't being done?
Well, to answer the first part of your question, we're not satisfied with the results because we haven't found Lauren, obviously. But we believe that the Bloomington Police and the other state resources and some federal resources that are being allocated to this case are being done in a meaningful and organized way, and I think that they're doing everything that they can do. Unfortunately, we just don't have any closure. We haven't been able to find Lauren, but I know that they're working on it, and we feel that they're doing everything they can.
How have you tried to remain strong and positive throughout all of this?
You know what, you really don't have a choice. You know, of course you have your moments throughout the day, but you just can't give in to that. You just have to be hopeful and just feel that we're going to find her, and that's what you have to do. She's a great girl. She's really a huge part of our lives and a huge part of our family, and she would be doing the same thing for us if the roles were reversed. So we're just determined to give her our all, and we're going to find her.
And you've talked about the support system you have here in Bloomington, people that have come here to help out. Could you talk about what that means to you?
It's tremendous. You know, I keep saying every day that throughout the day there are these little acts of kindness and huge acts of kindness that words can't convey how thankful and how grateful we are. And you know, you just keep saying thank you, and it just doesn't seem like enough. But it's a huge support for us, and we just so appreciate it.
Have you considered other strategies for getting the word out, keeping the public's attention focused on Lauren?
Yes, we've considered a few things. We haven't pursued anything yet, but
I feel like there's quite a bit going on. I mean, there's can always be more, but and as this progresses, I think a lot of our friends are trying to come up with new ideas of ways to keep the word out. You know, we have a huge amount of people that are continue on Twitter and Facebook, and because that's how this generation, or younger generation, not our generation, communicates. So we have a huge group of people that are keeping that going and constantly, you know, working on that, and it's another part of our process, and we, you know, it's great.
and you have to draw a distinction between keeping it going nationally and keeping it going here. It's not difficult to keep it going here. It's really permeated the entire community here, including Bloomington and statewide, and even some of the surrounding states. So there's a tremendous amount of energy and effort coming from people, you know, local people. Now we've said before that we get significant support from people all around the country, but the efforts here, they're almost self-sustaining. They're there, and it's ongoing. The biggest task that we have, it seems, is to cover tremendous amounts of ground on land in searches. So despite the fact that people are coming out, both volunteer searchers and professional searchers, it's a large task to cover, and we still need help in that regard. And of course, as Charlene said, we're just overwhelmed with thanks for the people that come out, both locally and from other parts of the country. Our friends and family have just been incredible.
there anything you'd like to share about your daughter with us that hasn't already been said?
You want to take?
You know, we see her picture. She's just a kind soul. She's very spiritual, and she's very thoughtful. And I even was, as I'm thinking about her all the time, but you know, I think about her. She's so concerned about her friends and she's very, I guess, introspective with herself. You know, she would never burden anybody with her problems, but she's always there for anybody that needs a shoulder to kind of lean on. She's just this beautiful, sweet girl that when she walks into a room, it's her goal to make you feel comfortable, you know, to bring whatever she can bring to the people that she knows and she meets.
And her smile is infectious.
Yeah.
She lights up a room. She's a great person.
Yeah.